Blessing everyone. This is Reverend Aphren with the Four Pillars Temple. So I told you before that I wanted to do this video monthly live on the first Sunday of every month. Unfortunately, the first Sunday of February ends up being the day that we are hosting our Four Pillars Temple Imbolc ritual in public, in person rather. And so because of that, we had to move our monthly ritual. So what I decided to do was just video it this month in advance and then share it at the normal time that we would normally do our devotion ritual. So I do apologize that this will not be live for the month of February, but going forward, there shouldn't be any issues with us being able to have it live. So welcome to February and welcome to the first of the month ritual. So I just invite you to kind of get yourself centered and grounded. Come to your sacred space. If you have an altar or you have a shrine or you go inward into your personal astral temple, take just a moment and kind of ground yourself. Bring yourself to center and awareness. And imagine that above your head there is a colored light that is shining down upon you. And imagine it as whatever color you need to imagine it, that a color that represents for you healing, protection, connection with your higher power. And so just imagine that light coming down over the top of your head, descending into your body through your crown chakra. And imagine that that light is coming down into you, into your body. And as it comes into your body, it fills your body up. And as your body becomes filled with this powerful light of the divine, imagine that that light begins to expand out from your body and create a bubble around you. And as that light creates a bubble of energy around you, imagine that it is blasting away, it is burning away, it is purifying all negativity, all imperfection, and all distracted and ungrounded energies. And just allow that to happen. Give yourself a moment. Don't forget to breathe. And we make an affirmation. We say, I clear and release, I ground all excess energy, all impurities in this world and in the astral plane, and I return these energies to the goddess that she might recycle them and use them in a different way. So mote it be. Let us turn our attention to the altar and light our candle. So if you have a candle, go ahead and light that now. And we make an affirmation. From the darkness I bring forth the light. From the first creation, the god and goddess separated themselves into spirit and matter and thus populate the universe. I light this candle as a reminder of the perfection of the universe. So it is. We take our water and we charge our water, and you can do it in any way that you like, or you can follow along with me. I make a vanishing pentagram and 3 counterclockwise circles over the water. And I imagine the water is being cleansed and purified. In the name of the god and the goddess, Lord and Lady, I ask that you clear and release all excess energy from this water and purify it in both the physical and the astral realms. May this water be purified, so mote it be. And then I make an invoking pentagram over the water. And I do the same to the salt. Make a banishing pentagram and 3 counterclockwise circles. In the name of the god and the goddess, I clear and release all excess energy from this salt and cast out from it any impurities that lie within inside in this world and the world of the astral. And I ask that this salt will be blessed, so mote it be. And I make the invoking pentagram. I add 3 pinches of salt to the water. And I stir it 9 times. 9 is the number of the goddess. I stir it 9 times. I breathe on the water. Breath. I offer offer this water to the Lord and Lady, that all that this water touches may be blessed. So mote it be. And then I anoint myself with the water. I anoint my forehead, and I say, as above. And I anoint my solar plexus, and I say, as below. Take my incense, and we're going to do the same with the incense. Banishing pentagram and 3 counterclockwise circles. In the name of the God and the Goddess, I clear and release all excess energy from this incense, and I cast out from it any impurities in this world and in the realm of the astral. I pray that this incense will be blessed. And we make the invoking pentagram, and then I light my incense from the altar candle. Let us begin. Have our ritual. This is our devotion ritual. I made it into a pamphlet to make it easier for me to kind of carry around. Let us begin. First, we are going to cast the magic circle. This altar is facing in the east, so we're going to begin in the east, but I'm going to do it from a sitting position, so it's going to look a little awkward, but that's kind of how we're going to do it. So I invite you to stand facing the direction of the east if you're doing this physically wherever you are, and you can use your athame. If you prefer, you can use the wand, or you can use the mudra, the mudra, the Four Pillars tradition mudra, or hand signal rather, for the sword. So this is the sword symbol. This hand, this is the sword symbol that you can use to then direct energy and cast the circle. So we go ahead and cast our circle. I create a sacred space to honor the divine. As the universe was whole before the first creation, so too is this circle complete and perfect. Let this circle stand as a reminder of the perfection of the universe. So mote it be. At this time, we stand and honor the quarters. So again, I'm going to be sitting, but you can stand and face whatever direction you'd like, and we go in turn, beginning in the east. I praise you, guardian of the east, you who are the representative of air. Bless me, my temple, and this tradition with your qualities of inspiration, joy, intellect, and proper communication, as well as clarity of mind. Grant us wisdom that we may know the sacred truths and banish all despair, depression, and anxiety. Grant us your sacred blessings and allow us to walk in tune with your energies. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for stability and guidance for all peoples in the direction of the east. May all beings in the direction of the east be blessed. And so it is. We turn now toward the south. I praise you, guardian of the south, you who are the representative of water. Bless me, my temple, and this tradition with your qualities of passion, creativity, courage, desire, ambition, and motivation. Banish from us the tendency to be judgmental, angry, aggressive, and egocentric. Allow us to walk in tune with your energies. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for guidance and stability upon all peoples in the direction of the south. May all beings in the south be blessed. And so it is. Move now and stand facing the direction of the west. I praise you, guardian of the west, you who are the representative of water. Bless me, my temple, and this tradition with your qualities of compassion, psychic openness, positive sexual expression, and intuition. Allow us to cultivate nurturing and sympathetic qualities. Banish from us tendencies towards sorrow, sadness, spite, and hatred. Allow us to walk in tune with your energies. I pray for peace, love, guidance, and stability upon all peoples in the direction of the west. May all beings in the direction of the west be blessed. And so it is. Turn and face finally the direction of the north. I praise you, guardian of the north, you who are the representative of earth. Bless me, my temple, in this tradition with your qualities of strength, stability, patience, and endurance. Allow us to cultivate humility and selflessness and stubbornness. Banish from us stagnation, complacency, shallowness, and stubbornness. Allow us to walk in tune with your energies. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for guidance and stability upon all peoples in the direction of the north. May all beings in the direction of the north be blessed. And so it is. At this time we honor the gods. First, the Lord and Lady. You see I have them here. Hail to the Lord and Lady, you who were there after the first creation, you who created the entire universe. From the first creation you split into light and dark, into spirit and matter, and thus populate the universe. I give you praise and worship. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for all of the gifts that you have given to me, and for all that you have provided in my life. My life is the product of love which you share for one another. I pray that I can live my life that I may be able to give you praise forever and always. Blessed be. At this time we honor Gaia. Hail, gracious and great Mother Gaia, you who are the waters that flow upon the earth and the strong foundation of our planet, you who are the growing trees and the soaring mountains, you who are the swimming beings of the sea and found in the rustling of the leaves and the breath of the wind. You are our sustainer and our guide. You are our foundation. We give you honor and praise. Without your compassion and your blessings, our lives would not be. I honor you from the bottom of my heart and from the core of my being, and I give you sincere thanks for all that you have provided for your children. I pray that I may find ways to honor and protect you in my daily life. Blessed be. At this time of the ritual, this would be the part of the ritual where we would do our act of power in a normal ritual. So just as a reminder, this part of the ritual is really focused on what is that devotional action that you're going to do. So for those of you who've been following along with the temple and are familiar with the ritual, you kind of know what to do. For those of you who maybe are new, just a real quick rundown of kind of what we're going to do. This is the part of the ritual where we'll do some sort of devotional work, whether that's prayer, whether that's chanting, whether that's meditation, whether that's divination, right? We can do that as part of this ritual. So what we do with this part of the ritual is we first give honor to ourselves, and we realize that we are the center of the universe, right? We're that axis mundi that connects the universe. And so we take a moment to just honor that, to just turn inside and honor that. And then from there, we're going to do whatever the devotional is. And I'll talk about that in just a second. As above, so below. Praise be to my higher self. I am the product of the divine union. I am the product of the union of light and dark, male and female. I recognize the nature of my soul. I am also always with the Lord and Lady and never separate from them. I open my heart and soul to create a genuine and deep connection with the Lord and Lady. And so what we're going to do for this act of power is or ritual act rather, for devotion is we're going to do some work with our prayer beads. And so for those of you who maybe have never tuned in or are new to the Four Pillars Temple, one of the things that we use in our tradition is a set of prayer beads. We wear them as part of our regalia, and we also use them in the practice of devotion. So I encourage you, if you are interested in following this path, to get yourself a set of prayer beads. Generally, they're just a plain string of beads, and we add a pentacle to them, and any other charm that you might have. So if you prefer to honor, if you have a particular god or goddess that you feel connected with, you might want to add a charm to your set of prayer beads, like an owl if you honor Athena, or maybe, I don't know, a serpent if you honor Apollo, or some such thing, right? So you can, decorate them however you want. You can use whatever materials you want, whatever, for you evokes that connection with your higher self and your higher power. So let's get started with that. And then once we're finished with this, I would like to talk about this month's topic. So let's take just a few minutes and spend time in mindfulness. And then what I'll do is I will ring the bell when time is up. Okay. That was very refreshing. It's very weird this time of year. We're in February here in northeastern Ohio, and it's raining, and it has been on and off for the past couple of days, and it's been like 50 degrees. We went from like a really, really cold snap of like 9 degrees with a wind chill of like negative 13 up to like 50 degrees, and it's raining, but today it's like about 40, and it's really cold, wet rain, and so I feel like it feels colder to me now than it did when it was wintertime. And so kind of just, well, not winter, but when it was icy and snowy. So it's just really interesting to kind of feel that difference, and really kind of just feel the way that we feel, the way our body reacts to this weather, and how we maybe want to, like today I want to curl up in bed and just not get out of bed because of how cold it is. So it's definitely different, but taking time to really just be present and aware and mindful of how our body feels and how we can get connected and stay connected with the divine through our physical experience is important too, right? And here at Four Pillars, the 4 pillars obviously represent the 4 elements, and so how can we use our external experience, and how can we use our relationship with the elements, air, fire, water, earth, to help, whether it's physical, right, or whether it's psychospiritual, to help connect us with the divine. Just something to think about. But one thing I wanted to talk about today was this topic of the use of language and how we use it. Language is very powerful, right? When we think about some of the words that we use to describe, for example, spirit, right? Something that is spiritual. The same root that describes spirit, spiritual, in sort of that non-physical part of the universe is also the same thing that we use to describe our breath, right? So inspire, to breathe in to someone, or to breathe into something, right? Aspire, to breathe in general, right? And so the same word for the spiritual thing is also the same language that we use when we talk about breath. And so breath is incredibly important, and breath is something that we take with us everywhere we go. And in order to use our words, we have to use breath, right? We take a breath in, and as we expel that breath, our vocal cords vibrate to create the sounds of our language or our voice, right? And so it's important that we understand that there is an essence in spirit, in breath, and while we're alive, we are breathing. And when we no longer live, we stop breathing, right? And so breath is incredibly powerful and important, and it is part of the life force that imbues each one of us with that life. And so that's that spirit that we talk about, right? And so there's this crossover with the two of those. And I wanted to talk for just a minute about the words like invoke and incant or chant, right? Those are all the same root, this idea that when we speak and when we enchant, we are casting magic and we're doing work. And so we all know, especially as magical people, that language is very, very important. But I also want to remind each of you that we can take our own breath and use that breath to breathe life into things that we make. And so when we're using magic and when we're working magic and we bring that thing to life, we breathe on it. That's why as when we were going through the instruction for how to create the sacred space today, I encouraged you to breathe on the water. And the reason why is because we breathe that breath, that spirit, which is what we have that animates us. But because we are, as we say in our devotion ritual, the perfect manifestation of male and female, of light and dark, we are this connection between the two. And so we also have to recognize that we have this connection to the gods always, and our breath is the thing that we can use to manifest outwardly that relationship and that connection with the divine. So when we breathe, we can breathe life into our magic, and how we do that is through language, is through the words, right? The words that we speak is what we use to breathe life. And so we have to remember that. And there are many, many different ways that we can use breath and magic, whether it's through chanting, whether it's through incantation or speaking a spell, or whether it's through actually breathing on the thing, right? And so I'm going through this practice right now where I'm preparing in the month of February to do a study group on sigils and sigil craft. And one thing in particular that's coming to mind for me is I've been doing a lot of research about the use of sacred symbolism in Eastern practice and how you find sacred talismans, what they call talismans, in Eastern practices. So the Taoists use it, the Buddhists use it, Chinese folk religion uses it, they use it in Korea with the Korean shamans, the Mudang use it as well. And so you see this use of the what we would call a sigil, what they call a talisman. In the West, when we refer to talismans, we're referring to very specific things like ceremonial magic, for example. We're referring to this kind of talisman. But it's very similar, right? We create these sacred symbols and we use them in magic. And how we empower those sacred symbols can be through our breath. So we breathe into them, and that's what kind of charges them and gives them life. So the next time that you decide you want to work magic, or even prayer, I encourage you to think about the fact that we use our breath, where our breath comes from, what it means to have breath, to aspire, perspire. inspire, right? What it means to use that sort of internal process and that breath out and the chanting and the prayers and what that's doing. And if we use it from a vibrational, physiological level, we're talking about how the vibrations can impact other things, right? I use this a lot with clients at work. I say, imagine that we were sitting together and I was playing the violin and I was sitting next to a piano that wasn't being played. It was just sitting there. What would happen? Well, the strings on the piano would start to vibrate because there's a vibration that's happening from my instrument that's now vibrating that instrument. And we do this all the time. Another common phrase that I use a lot with my clients is your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And so when we're vibing with someone, we're vibrating at the same frequency. And that can even come back to our verbs, our language, verb vibration, right? The doing, the action. And so the next time that you decide to use magic, I just encourage you to just take a moment and think about how the use of language and the use of our breath can be used in our magical practice. So that's my little spiel for the month of February. Let us move back into the devotional ritual and complete this month's ritual. We're moving into the water portion we're moving into the offering portion. I need to change the language in here. Into the offering portion of our ritual. And so I made tea today, and I'm using a daffodil mug, a cup and saucer, to get me in touch with the season. So pick up your offering and allow us to bless it together. I give thanks to the Lord and Lady, to the gods, to my higher self, and to the guardians for their constant and renewed interaction in my life. May there always be peace between us, and may I always worship and honor you for all of the days of my life. I give freely what I have, that all may experience the joy of the divine. Take this offering freely, I pray. So would it be. And we receive the blessing. Lord and Lady, I pray that you will send down your energies into this drink, add the energies to this, that all who partake of it may be blessed. And so it is. Green tea. And I leave the rest upon the altar for the gods. At this time, let us end the ritual with our closing rite. Again, we are going to open the magic circle. And as a reminder, because we did not invoke the guardians, we did not invoke the elements, we simply honored the directions and sent energy, we have no need to release them. So we're simply going to just open the circle at this point. I open the sacred circle so that the blessings may pour out upon the entire planet. Although the circle is open, the connection I have built with the gods will remain unbroken forevermore. All that I do is for the good of all beings. May they partake of the blessings for which we have called. As the one has become the many, so too are the many the one. May the blessings reign. The circle is open. So might it be. So I thank you all for watching, for giving your support and lending your energy to this ritual. And I hope that as we continue to offer this once a month, that you try to develop your own practice as a way to getting involved and connecting yourself with the divine. And if this ritual outline helps you, I encourage you to follow along with me as I engage in this ritual. And I encourage you to bring your insight, your awareness, and your strength and energy to this practice so that you may have a deeper connection with the divine. So I thank you so much for watching this, and until next month, signing off for now.